Alright, today is May 28th and Memorial Day, and I'm at Magic Island part of the Ala Moana Beach. Yeah, there's quite a people start gathering. Yeah. And there's a floating lantern ceremony going on. Floating lantern ceremony today. Right. So, yeah, they're making announcements of some important people that's here attending the floating lantern ceremony.
Mr. Thomas Tanaka, Military Order of the Purple Heart. Ms. Rona Adams, Vietnam Veterans of America Chapter 8.
There's lots of people here.
From the Veteran of Foreign Wars,
Okay.
Mr. George Bartlett. Mrs. Tia Briggs, widow of Staff Sergeant Raymond Allen Briggs. Sergeant First Class Deandra LaPlante, widow of Sergeant First Class Nicholas Allen LaPlante. Mr. and Mrs. Paul and Lori Wessel, proud parents of Specialist Kevin Wessel.
As they're making an announcement, I'm here just doing my walk.
Now we do have some announcements regarding our ceremony, which will begin at 6:30. If you're floating a lantern tonight, we ask that you wait for our announcement, cueing you to release your lantern. Also, please do not float any homemade lanterns. We may not be able to recover them or return them. The lanterns distributed by Shinnyo Lantern are designed for your safety, for the safety of our volunteers who retrieve them, and for the ease of retrieving the lanterns. Once you do float your lantern and take a moment of reflection or prayer, we ask you to be mindful of those behind you waiting to float their lantern. We also ask you to please, at this time, take down any tents or any items that may block your neighbor's view of the ceremony. And for everyone's privacy and safety, please do not fly any drones and unmanned aerial vehicles. It is also prohibited by law to fly drones over crowds of people. We also ask you not to release any kind of sky lantern. Do look at the screen. There's a QR code there, and if you scan that QR code, you will be taken to the Holiness message.
So
We're so honored that
they blocked off the immediate areas of the beach, I guess, for the people that's doing for the people that's doing the sending out the floating lantern. Oh wow, dignitaries arriving. Must be all these fancy cars. Got that. Wow. For as far as the floating lantern area, they got the whole area blockaded with all this fence, and anybody else, so you got to be signed up early, I guess, or you got to be a dignitary. Okay? Otherwise you have to stay outside of it. Okay. Yeah, there's quite a bit of people. Okay. Huh. I wonder, there's people walking. I'm gonna try to see if I can walk in that area. Cause going around this whole campus, kind of far. Okay. Okay, here I am, and yeah, it seems like they made a public walkway here, so I should be walking here. There. Okay, go out to the beach area, or walk here, where all the people are walking through. Yeah, and then in here, yeah, they got it all gated out. Then they got securities watching so that only allowed people are going in. Yeah. Wow, so many people here. Okay, so yeah, here's the crowd. They're all behind the fence area waiting for the launching of all the floating lanterns. Yeah. Oh, they saying stay away from the gate. Wow, this is really a big event. So many people.
No passes, no thoroughfare. Just saying, I'll make this easy. You guys want to go ahead and walk there and receive the invitation as everyone else?
Yeah, since they're limiting, very much limiting people. Wow, this is a lot of people here. Very few people I see carrying floating lanterns. Wow, it's like almost never ending. So much crowd. Okay, let's see. We're gonna go in towards the ocean. Over here, it seems like you can. So, we're gonna take a look among all these people here. Okay, and to give you an idea, I make a 360 degrees turn and to see everyone. Wow.
Good evening. The ceremony and live broadcast will begin in 15 minutes at 6:30. But right now, we invite you to enjoy the beautiful nahe nahe sounds of Maui's award-winning native son, Jeff Peterson, on the kiho'olu slack key guitar.
Hãy subscribe cho kênh Ghiền Mì Gõ để không bỏ lỡ
Aloha, and welcome on this Memorial Day, a day we honor and hold in gratitude the many men and women who died while serving our country. Mahalo nui to Kumu'ku'uanela Muniz and Kumu'anui Nui Satele of Kulani Akea School in Kaneohe for opening this 25th anniversary of Shinnyo Lantern Floating Hawaiʻi. And mahalo nui to Alan Oahu Cam for the beautiful oli that centers us, Kalei Moana, written for us by Pulakia Nomamana. And mahalo nui to all of you joining us on KHON2, online, and the thousands of you who have gathered on the shores of Ala Moana Beach, and Hawaii's beloved voyaging canoe Hokubea and crew just offshore in the waters off Ala Moana. My name is Paula Akana. I will be guiding you through this very special hour as we share a bond of love for those we hold close in our hearts and prayers. We bring your attention to Hokubea Captain and co-navigator Bruce Blankenfeld, followed by Shinnyo priests carrying a flame, the light source for our guiding lanterns tonight. That flame will also be the source of light for a lantern carried by Bruce to Hokubea. Hokubea returned home in December from her Moani Nui Akea voyage to be with her community at a time when we are all grieving and hurting for the victims of the Lahaina wildfires. Kapena Bruce is first carrying the lantern to Anui Nui Canoe Club 6-man outrigger canoe. Anui Nui's home is in Kalia, just on the other side of Ala Moana in the Ahupua'a of Waikiki. On board that canoe is the co-founder of Anui Nui, legendary paddler and steersman Nappy Napoleon. We'd also like to send our aloha to his wife and the founder of the canoe club, Amona. Once the canoe reaches Hokulea, Bruce will pass that lantern to Captain and pole navigator Nainoa Thompson. Hokulea is Hawaii's first long-distance voyaging canoe in some 600 years. Among her first crew members on her maiden voyage of 1976 were war veterans, scientists, watermen, and Hokulea's first navigator, Maupialuk, a master navigator from Samoa, Micronesia. The success of Hokulea's voyage to Tahiti ignited pride and dignity in Hawaiians and across Polynesia, proving our ancestors were skilled voyagers who could cross great distances with purpose, guided only by the stars, the waves, the winds, and birds. In 1978, Hokulea departed again, but capsized in gale-force winds in the Keehi Channel, east of Oahu. With hope for rescue fading, crew member Eddie Aikau, a big-wave surfer and legendary lifeguard, paddled out for help and was never to be seen again. Tonight, Eddie is among the many we hold close and remember. The voyaging community also carries eternal gratitude and prayers for Mau, who after Eddie's disappearance returned to Hawaii to share his knowledge, enabling Hawaiians to immerse themselves in nature so deeply that together with Hokulea, they pulled the islands out of the sea. And they have continued to do so throughout Polynesia, Micronesia, Japan, and the world. And now Hokulea is here in her home waters of Mamala Bay, stretching from Leahi to Kalailoa and encompassing Keehi, where for the first time lanterns were floated on the ocean of peace, the Pacific, Moani Nui Akea, which in its great expanse connects us all. Tonight she joins the thousands here to speak for our oceans and to honor, remember, and carry a light of love for our ancestors, teachers, islands, and earth, as Hokulea herself is a symbol of hope, much like a lantern providing light in the storm.
The flame is strength, it is wisdom, perseverance, providing light, showing us the way through our sadness and darkest hours. When cradled on healing ocean waters with loving kindness and our deepest gratitude to those who have gone before us, the lanterns become expressions of love, illuminating our prayers, written and unwritten. And like ripples in a wave, they amplify to shores afar, connecting us to our ancestors, to our loved ones, to each other, and to all spirits with prayers for peace and happiness. Our guiding lanterns carry many prayers for Hawaii, for the earth, for those we've lost.
The Honolulu High School is an institution so deeply rooted in this community that the wildfires of August 8th carried far beyond the school grounds. So many of our staff, our families were deeply affected. Some kids lost everything and basically only had the clothes on their backs that they escaped the tragedy from. Other kids didn't lose anything material like that, and there is a sense of survivor's guilt amongst those kids.
I'm really proud of how far our class has come. Not only our class, but the whole school and everybody here in Lahaina. We may not always see eye to eye, but we all have one purpose to come back and rebuild.
When we were getting ready to open, there were a lot of questions about how many kids would we have, how many staff would we have, who would show up. And the amount of kids surprised us all because they wanted to be a part of this collective effort to prove that Lahaina will stay strong and Lahaina will keep going. I hope that prayers and thoughts from outside of the west side of Maui are just for continued patience and grace and understanding.
It's not just the human body that we have, but we also have a soul. There's a lot of trauma that goes along with just seeing other people fighting and hurting each other and just doing things that don't really seem normal or natural to us. And you sign up, put your life on the line knowing that you're trying to help provide peace and security for everybody else so that they don't have to go through maybe some of those hard things. So every Memorial Day, I like to stop and pay my respects and honor people like my uncle, Edward Mueller here, and it just makes me think about all the sacrifices that he made, just like all of the comrades here he's laid to rest with, putting you somewhere like a green pasture like this, beside quiet waters, Kaneohe Bay, and how they're finally laid to rest here and their souls are healed, and that's something most remembered every Memorial Day. One thing we all have in common is, we all have a short amount of time here on Earth. The way we interact with other people matters. And so as everybody's coming together here, I'll just encourage people to live out their spiritual life in a way that's not just true to themselves, but also respects everybody else around them. Because through that, it allows us to do something like this, to honor people who've been hurt in war and conflict, and to recognize that their sacrifice was worth something and it was honorable.
Sally was diagnosed with cancer when she was 11 years old, and she fought for 5 years until she was 60 years old. It's a worst case scenario that comes true, and that's the hardest part.
The sounds of Shinnyo connecting heaven and earth in this thousands-year-old art form. Oceans, land, heavens, and all living things. This lantern was designed and built by kumu and students at Honolulu Public Charter School in Waimalawa. Honolulu means to care for island Earth. This special lantern is made of wood that has traveled the Earth as part of Hokulea, and wood from Hokulea's sister canoe, Hikianaria.
さまざまな可能性の川が大きな一つの海を作り出すという大切なメッセージを伝えております。さらに本年の灯籠流しは
Children scatter blossoms in a ritual called sake. The fragrance of the cascading flowers that were gathered here at Oahu purify the pathway with respect and gratitude for our guiding lanterns and the prayers for all spirits they hold. As the guiding lanterns make their way to the ocean, collective remembrance lanterns have been released from canoes from the Ewa end of Ala Moana. The first of those lanterns released carry prayers for those who lost their lives in Lahaina wildfires and those unaccounted for, and also keeping in our hearts the victims of this weekend's landslide.
so
Wow, there's many more lanterns to go. Okay, so I got out of the main crowd of the beach area, and yeah. Alright, so I'm out of the main crowd area, and that's it for me for the floating lantern ceremony. Okay, and that's it for the day.